Welcome to Beyond the Light, where we explore the stories, innovations, and the people driving the future of medical device lighting. I'm your host, Lindsay Jankovic, and today we have a very special guest. Matt Clements is the engineering manager here at Lumitex, and he's been critical to guiding our teams through complex projects and customer partnerships. Today, we're diving into what it takes to foster innovation, to lead cross functional teams, and to deliver impactful solutions in the fast paced world of MedTech. Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me, Lindsay. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Matt, how long have you been with Lumitex now? Is it 6 years?
Yeah, a little over 6 years. Started off as a project engineer and started managing some of the projects, but then about a couple of years ago, moved into a more management role. So leading a group of engineers. And so been doing that ever since, but still have some of the project aspect of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in that management role, I mean, what we're known for as a company is our collaborative and innovative engineering culture, which you're driving. How do you, as the engineering manager, foster that culture on your team? And why is it important for delivering successful projects and solutions to our customers?
So really, I think it's all about creating a foundation for my group. And so I think some of the key pillars of that would just be first off, creating a space that's physically logically safe. And what I mean by that is that you want to embrace a culture where people feel they can be trusted or they can be safe from any type of judgment of people of coming up with unique, innovative ideas. And so once that's kind of been put into place, really people can kind of feel like they've let loose a little bit and really drive more towards a focus. And we all know that, no idea is a bad idea. And so bringing those best ideas to the table that is what they're doing the best of. I think secondly, it's just going to be challenging your status quo of there's so much that can be done with light. And at Lumitex, I really only feel like we're just kind of scratching the surface of some of that stuff. And so we're really looking to kind of find that next big disruption into the marketplace. And so really just question anything, even assumptions. And there's so much that can be done with light at this point and wavelengths and all the photobiomodulation stuff. We're just starting that stuff. And I think with the people we have at Lumitex, just utilizing some of the strengths of each of what everybody can come to offer at the table. We have optics, we have electronics, we have mechanical. It's all there. And it's just we have this great diverse background here. And so really trying to tap in on people's experiences is just what's really going to help us out and get us to that good idea. And so really from a customer project standpoint, when we create that environment that creates successful innovation, we're really bringing great solutions to the forefront and can really give our customers something that can really solve their problems and also improve overall well-being.
Yeah, it sounds like you're working really hard to create that environment and to maintain it and to really give your team what they need. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's very important, and without it, it's again building this level of trust and letting people feel that they can, exist in this space that they just don't feel judged about either.
Yeah, that's where the best innovation happens, I would imagine.
Hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, shifting a little bit to how you then take that collaborative environment and you transfer it into project management. I mean, managing complex projects is vital in our space and what we do. What project management strategies do you use to keep your engineering projects on track, to keep your teams aligned? Can you share maybe an example from a project that highlights how effective project management led to a great outcome?
Yeah, of course. So when I think about, and as I talked about with my background, I was a project engineer and so I still manage some of these projects. So when I go after projects, I think it's fun to do it, especially during like our phase zero or our feasibility phase, just because we're learning a lot of new things and trying to figure out what everything all is about. What I would say is that when you think about it and you're collaborating with your team, go after those big risk items first. And everybody knows about the fail fast mentality of you want to try to find those biggest issues that could potentially fail your project. And if you can, and you get to those points and you can either, if you get to a point and you say that you've solved or mastered it, or you find that there's still outstanding issues, well, then you've found a way to either kill your project sooner rather than later, which can help save money and resourcing in the long term. But then also it gives you a better step to say that you feel that your project has a good bone on it and that you can continue to go up the path. I think that when you're in that kind of mindset, quick feedback loops. And what I mean by that is that feedback is super vital, especially from customers or even end users. And getting that feedback often and in a uniform manner can help validate your project is still going in the right direction. Or if it's not going in the right direction, making that right shift when you need to. I think that sometimes large projects can be very daunting to people. And so more manageable, smaller steps, appreciate small victories, find that you have a prototype that works out well. Well, then, congratulate the team on that and get them feeling motivated and inspired by everything. And then, as I was kind of talking about before with the feedback loops, any time you got to anticipate any time that things will happen and be ready to be adaptable, be flexible to some of those changes, and be ready to pivot if you need to. And from my experience, one that's kind of more recent to me is that we had a full new product development opportunity that was kind of hitting a snag. We just didn't know exactly what we were doing or what the mission was. And it felt like the wheels were spinning in the mud a little bit. We were having some issues meeting our specifications from our customer. What we decided as a group was we just wanted to go back to the drawing board with some of our design. And we had a few brainstorming sessions with, again, this diverse team of people, did some multiple iterations and feedback loops with the team. And really, we've gotten much more further along with our project today. We've got a design that we feel more comfortable with, and things are progressing very well with it. And so we're happy with how we were able to utilize that team for it.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I think it's so important, the points that you made about knowing when it's time to pivot or when it's time to, actually let a project go and realize that it's not the right fit. It sounds like a great way to learn some lessons.
Yeah, and you gotta know that not everything is gonna go exactly to plan. And that's the flexible part behind it is that
Mm.
you got to be willing to, kind of think about what those risks are going to be and anticipate when things are going to happen.
Can you think of, through all these projects and maybe the one you just mentioned, a key lesson that you've learned that now you take it and you apply it to new projects at Lumitex? How does that lesson ultimately benefit our customers and how does it improve the innovation process?
Yeah, of course. So with that project, for example, I think it was great to get the full team involved in on it. Again, these multiple different backgrounds of people. I find that just in general, silos can become a thing just because of the nature of your work. Everybody's doing everything, but taking the time to really think about brainstorming sessions, things of that nature, getting the help you need and collaborating really puts you kind of in the right direction. And on top of that, it's always, taking the time to plan, strategize what you're going to do. It's the whole slowly thinking, but then quickly acting. Set yourself right for where you need to be. And then once you've determined that's your plan of action, then sprint to your spot. It can be very tempting all the time just to jump right into something. And then to just tie back into the customer piece of it, always make sure your customer is well informed, frequent check-ins. You got to make sure that things are staying within the scope of what you want. Believe me, customers don't want surprises, so keep this to a minimum. And by keeping them in the loop really helps reduce that effort too. And really by, some of these lessons that we've learned throughout the process, they really help us work more efficiently, more effectively. And it keeps our customers happy and they know that they're part of the end game for us, which has always just been improving life with light for us.
That's great. Yeah, I work closely with you all the time. I know just how organized and, how much you excel at project management. So thanks for hitting on these really important key points today for us. Thanks for sharing your insights and giving us a behind the scenes look at engineering leadership at Lumitex.
Yeah, no problem. Obviously, Lindsay worked with you a lot and always happy to help you out and really work towards it too.
I appreciate it. Well, listen, thanks for joining us today. And to our listeners, if you found today's conversation valuable, be sure to subscribe, to leave a review, share this episode with a colleague or friend in the medical device space. We've got a lot more conversations coming soon with the people that are shaping the future of medical lighting landscapes. So stay tuned. And until next time, keep pushing boundaries and keep improving life with light.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Bye.